Hello everyone. We're we're in the process of making some Highbush cranberry jelly, which goes really good with turkey and chicken. Anyway, it's a staple in our home, and Cheryl explained to me today that they do use it with medicines, or as in ceremony. Sorry. So they do use Highbush cranberry in ceremony, which I'm going to freeze some for her. But I harvested them today. I was up in Sioux Lookout and got a pretty good place to pick them. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of getting them off the stem, because when you're picking them, you're not picking a berry at a time. So in this pail, this is what I've picked today. So now what I'm doing is just getting rid of the stem. So I'm just picking them off the stem. And if there's any rotten ones, I've put in here, and you can kind of tell when they're rotten because the color has gone past red, and they start to get like a yellowy orange color. So I'm just getting rid of those ones. This is a real different year for them. I guess with the dry weather, probably that's what's causing it. But I have never seen so many actually of the berries turn kind of yellow and orange. I don't know, maybe I was a little late picking too. Usually I harvest a little bit earlier, but there wasn't a lot of berries this year. Last year seemed to be better with more rain and whatnot. But yeah, so just going to take you through the process of making Highbush cranberry jelly, and hope to have some of our DNFC community come down and make some with us, and just kind of showing you what I'm doing at the moment. And like I say, I'm just getting kind of rid of the ones that are kind of past the ripen stage, picking stems, so when it comes time to boiling them, which I'll make another video and I'll show you what we're doing, so you know the whole process. Anyway, thank you. Hey everyone, we're next step on making Highbush cranberry jelly. So we have our berries, they've been picked, all the stems have been taken off, they've been cleaned, and we're ready to extract the juice from them. So that's how we, with Highbush cranberries, they have a lot of seeds and a lot of pulp, so we're going to extract that to make a jelly. So here's the next step. Is what we're going to do is we're going to put some water in a pot, and you don't need a lot of water, but you want maybe about an inch on the bottom, and that's just to keep the berries from burning to the bottom of the pot. So now we're going to take some berries, and I'm not going to do all these in one batch. I'm probably going to do 2 different batches. So without spilling them, hopefully, we're going to get some berries in the pot. Well, maybe we're going to spill a few. You know how that works, right? Well, maybe we're going to spill a lot. I don't know. Anyway, so we've got about half the berries in there. So the pot's about 3/4 full. You can show inside the pot there. We've spilled all kinds of berries all over the stove. And pick those up. Some on the floor. But yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn our heat. We're going to use like a medium-high heat, and we're going to bring them to a rumbling boil. So we'll show you the next stage when they get to that point. So now we've got them hanging. I'm just using the old closet space here, and the juice is dripping down in there. It's nice and hot right now, so it's running out pretty good. And we'll let it hang overnight. By tomorrow morning it should have stopped leaking out, and we'll have all our juice. So I've brought 13 cups of the juice, cranberry juice, Highbush cranberry juice, to a boil, and I added 11 cups of sugar. It's usually 1 cup of sugar for every cup of juice you have, but I back it off a little bit usually, so it's not too sweet. I finally got it to a rolling boil. I've turned it down, but this is pretty normal for it to all foam up and do this. So I'll just keep stirring it, and I'll bring you back when it's a little bit closer to being done. So there's no pectin involved. It's just sugar in the Highbush cranberry juice that I've extracted from the berries. So we'll talk to you in a couple minutes. So while I'm waiting for the cranberry juice to come to the right consistency, I've washed and boiled, and then I just keep my jars in the oven at 275, 300. What I'm looking for when I say consistency, so it's just the cranberry juice and the sugar. And when I say what consistency I'm looking for is how it falls off the wooden spoon, that the last drop falls off the wooden spoon. So what I'm looking for is it to do this last drop right here. See how it's holding to the spoon? Too much coffee, I'm shaking a bit, but you can see how it is holding onto the spoon, and so that would mean to me that we're ready to pour this jelly. We're all prepared. I've got all the jars laid out, probably more than I'm going to need. I'm going to pour the jelly till it's about an inch below the top of the glass jar, and then we'll put the lids and the caps on, tighten them up, and wait for them to pop. Got a little helper here to move it over to the next one. The first couple will have foam on them, but that foam will settle, and I guess my family has never got rid of the foam. Some people do get rid of that foam on the top. They'll scrape it off, or if I don't have enough jars ready, I'll pour the last little bit in a bowl, cover it and put it in the fridge, and I'll eat it first. Looks like it's going to be close. That's good. Last little bit we'll pour into a jar or into a bowl, because there's not enough to make a full jar. And that'll be the first jelly I use to try it out and see how I did. Over and out.